We are at the end of our program because in the next second half we had our students presentation here. Our last speaker is Mr. Rajesh Dubey. He has already joined. He is from Lloyds Banking Group, London. Mr. Dubey is a highly experienced certified Scrum Master with a track record of running multiple Scrum teams with over 19 years of industry experience, include deep domain expertise combined with professional and academic accreditation. So please welcome Mr. Rajesh Dubey with a huge round of applause. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Good afternoon, India.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi. Hello, Ji. Okay, so you guys are already closer to 1:30 p.m., whereas it's early morning for me at the moment. But to start with, and I'm picking up a few things. First of all, Lloyds Banking Group is one of the client which I'm working with. I'm not Lloyds Banking Group, first of all. And there are a few corrections which I want to make it before I can start talking about the UK education system. I'm here, guys. I know you must have heard a lot about NEP 2020. I'm not going to repeat what is NEP 2020 is all about. You know what is it. You know how it is going to work. So I'm not going to get into it and tell you what is it and how things are going to change overnight for you, and you might get the things in a favorable manner for you to work with in the future. So that is nothing from my task. My task, or I have been assigned a task just to give you a gist of what the UK education system is and how it is different from India. But I also, mind you, that I'm not comparing the two education systems. I'm just here to give you the gist of what the UK education system is, since I'm here. Okay, so before I start, I would like to just give you what am I. I am Agile Coach Scrum Master. And if you are very new, and I think most of you might be, that what the Agile is all about. It is a software development methodology based on iterative development, where requirement and solution evolves throughout collaboration between self-organization, cross-functional teams. So what I do is I run a team of people who deliver the software solution to these banking customers using agile methodologies. I'm not teaching you what agile methodology is all about, or I'm not expecting you to remember what agile is all about. You might get into the agile mode of working when you get into the industries and start working for it. But being a student, this is, I think, more than enough for you to understand what agile is all about. Okay. I would like to share a couple of slides. So I'm sharing my screen. Now, come on. All right. Okay, so I hope you can see the slides. So I've just taken a gist of what NEP is all about, and I know you have already gone through what the new education system is, but what most of us have undergone is this 10+2 education system, which even I am proudly can say that I was part of it. And now, since India is moving to the new education system, which is from the foundation to secondary, where you have segregated the age and the classes as per the need of the hour. I think that's a good move. which if I have to take you to the UK education system, this is what happens in UK. The key stages, there are 5 key stages which UK follows. The key stages are all school must follow a national curriculum which is divided into key stages. First of all, the major difference is the national curriculum, which all school throughout UK follows. It's not like a state or regional based. That's the best part of it. Secondly, when I start with the key stage where it's a key stage called key stage 0, where we are part of a reception or nursery between the age of 3 to 5. Primary, between which is a key stage 1, which is a year group 1 and 2, between the age of 5 and 7, where the child come actually into the school environment and he and she start learning the basics of what we have already taught into the kindergarten or preschools in back home. And this is where the actual education starts. But this is not a blackboard based education. This is more of a practical education where the children have been taken into the field, into the environment outside of the school, so that they can learn and see the things practically. Okay, moving on to the key stage 2, which is age 7 to 9, where again a further enhancement into maths and science and other subjects are being introduced to the child. Then moving on to the key stage 3, year group 7, 8, and 9, where the child is been first have an option of choosing the subject which he or she want to pick up for their career. I know you might have some questions regarding that. Okay, is it not too early at the age of 11? You've been asked to choose your subject. No, it is not too early. It's just an option which has been given to the child to choose the subject, so that based on the wider experience and the elaboration which has been made to that child, that okay, what this subject is all about, what is the potential career path going beyond this if you take X, Y, and Z subjects from here. So all this and taking a calculated guess that okay, if I take X, Y, and Z subject from here, like for instance, information technology, if I pick up IT or ICT out here, it's called, what could be a potential career path for me? So those things have been already told by the mentors of that child, by the teachers of the school. So it is a more of a calculated guess which child take at that point of time, alongside of his or her interest. And out here, once they pick up those subjects, they move on with the basic subjects, definitely, which is English, which is language and sciences and maths. So those are the basic subjects which are always there alongside the optional subjects. So now moving on to the key stage 4, which is year group 10 and 11, where at this stage the child has more of information and be prepared for first board exam, which is GCSE out here, which is equivalent to SSC in our country. At this stage, child with that optional subjects, along with that those basic subjects, he or she gets certain level, and which is not numbers or percentage, which is from A to E. On the level of A to E, he or she get the results. And then on that basis, they get into the top key stage, which is key stage 5, which is also called sixth form out here. They again have an option of choosing. If suppose, for example, if I have taken IT or ICT in key stage 3, but I have a full-fledged option of choosing a psychology, philosophy, or doing something major in chemistry or anything under the sun, anything related to music, culture, and so on and so forth. So those options are also available alongside your basic sciences, maths, and languages. So the child is free to take any 4 subjects. Out here at key stage 4, the child does their GCSE taking 11 subjects, and key stage 5 comes down to 4 subjects, 4 major subjects, which can be anything under the sun. And with that, child does A level, which is again HSC or 12th standard as per our comparison in India. Then beyond that, the student have an option of filling up a UCAS form, which is to get prepared for the university. This is where students get into the university and get ready for the higher education. When I say university, it means not only, and the university, taking a step back, university is not only picking up student on the basis of their curriculum advantage, but also looking into the interest of the student and what he and she is expected or aspired to do so. So out in this education system, there are certain unis which go to individual students. They call those students and get into interview mode where they discuss. It's not a job interview kind of a thing, but where they discuss that, okay, as per your hobbies or as per your interests, what do you think you could be, and the subjects you have picked up as part of the uni studies, will that align to you? And on that basis, they offer the place to the students. So this is more of a practical and interactive education system compared to what we have already gone through in our country. And I want to pick up one point which Gitanjali has already said in her chat or her presentation, that decolonialized. I certainly agree with her that there are many countries who have stick to their culture, who have stick to their language. They have not followed English. They have followed their own languages. For example, France, Spain, Germany. If you go there, they still use their language as one of the main communication channel compared to English. And they are the developed countries. So why can't we, as India, can stick to it? Why are we running behind a global or international language where we are saying that, okay, if we don't know English, we don't know anything? No, that's not the end of the world. So that's the best thing. And thinking out of the box, which will help us get, language is not a barrier. You can communicate with anybody, whoever you think could be, with the sign language. Or if you go to any other country, like if we go interstate in India as well, we can, even though we don't know that language, but we can still communicate. So that's not an issue. The language is not it's just a tool to communicate. But basically my emphasis will be to use your own language and think of outside of the box, so that you as a student have a wider horizon to think of and look into the wider picture of what it is. One point which I disagree is that we can the reason being that the infrastructure which we have in our country is not supportive for us to think outside of the box. Once we have this certificate, whatever it's called, paper certificate or whatever it is, without any knowledge or without any understanding of whatever we have learned. So once we have these paper subjects, paper certificates, we certainly jump into the area of earning our livelihood, because we have never been given that kind of option or infrastructure to look beyond that earning livelihood. Because at the back home, we also have to run our family, manage our own financials, and look after ourselves. So at certain stage, unless we have been given those options, we will not be able to think outside and beyond those boundaries to look for ourselves, to develop as an entrepreneur or think beyond our capability to become something better than what we are today. And with those notes, I am going to also take another couple of minutes before I can show you one video of the Chancellor of UK, which is Rishi Sunak. We all know. Chancellor, when I say, is the finance minister of the country, who is talking about more practical education, about traineeship, apprenticeship, and work academies, which we already have in the country. So just to give you the gist of what this apprenticeship and traineeship is, the traineeship is on-the-job training, which is after the age of key stage 5, when the student reaches to between 16 to 24. It could be full-time or part-time, varies between 6 to 12 months, which give you on-the-job training so that you as a student can decide what you actually want to do. Whatever subjects you have taken as key stage 3 or key stage 4 or key stage 5 does not matter. The more practical exposure which you get, that okay, if I'm going, I certainly, since I belong to IT industry, I can give you more examples of IT related industries. So if I'm going into the banking industry, what kind of a job I can look for, what is that career path could be for me from now to the future, and what are the options for me to make my livelihood and plus excel into it. So those are the traineeship, which is a non-paid kind of a certification. Coming to apprenticeship, which is once you clear your A level or sixth form, you need not have to go into uni necessarily, which is a traditional form of doing education. You can get into apprenticeship, which is, I can say, as per the statistics of 18 and 19, year 18-19, 32% of the student who has cleared sixth form get into the apprenticeship, which could be between 1 to 6 years, where the company hires you. They give you on-the-job training. They also pay you a minimum wages, which is currently in UK, and also give you a certification so that you earn while you learn. And then after that, out of those 33% of the total student community, which has all part of the apprenticeship system, 90% plus of those apprentices get into the job with the same companies or been offered a job with the same companies, and they start building up their career as they go along. So these are the options which is available into this country. I know this is one of the developed countries, and I'm not comparing apple to apple because that will be a totally wrong or unethical thing for me to do, because our country in India has vast majority of culture and socialist uh, society which has been developed over a period of time. I can also say that the education system has revamped, and the new NEP which you are going to get into will help you think in those lines. But certainly the infrastructure which is being provided out here is totally different from what infrastructure which we have currently. So I am not comparing these things at all. Now I'm going to show you a video. It's 3 minutes video, which can give you the gist of what the government is also looking to do or help people the way they do. So just listen to this.
Hi, today I'm here to talk about...
Are you able to see Rishi Sunak's video?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Of the policies we have to help people learn new skills and find new jobs. That's one of the reasons apprenticeships are so important. When people take on an apprenticeship, they're not only getting a job, but they're also getting practical training and a chance to study. What they learn varies based on the role that they're training for, but there's an approved study program for apprentices in every role, ensuring those who finish their apprenticeship come away with the knowledge and skills needed to be effective in their job and future career. We know apprenticeships work, with 93% of apprentices staying in work or doing further training afterwards. That's why we're paying employers to create new apprenticeships. Businesses that hire young apprentices, those aged 24 or younger, will receive a cash bonus of £2,000. This is in addition to the £1,000 employers already receive for hiring an apprentice under 18. We're also offering a brand new bonus for businesses that hire apprentices aged 25 and over, with a payment of £1,500 for each apprentice they hire. Now, apprenticeships aren't the only measure we've introduced to help. We're also making a £111 million investment to triple the scale of traineeships this year. Traineeships are flexible skills programs for 16 to 24-year-olds. They can last from 6 weeks all the way up to a year, although the average length is about 20 weeks. Traineeships consist of work experience placements, training in English, maths, and key occupational skills, and work preparation. So, for example, you could take a traineeship in IT with 100 hours of meaningful work experience with a local employer, 90 hours of training in English and maths to develop core practical skills for the workplace, and a short training course in key digital skills. This will help ensure that even more young people have access to high-quality training to prepare them for work. Evaluation shows that 75% of trainees move into employment or further study within 12 months. Finally, we've also committed £17 million of funding to triple the number of sector-based work academy placements this year, which help prepare those receiving unemployment benefits to apply for jobs in a different area of work. Those placements are designed to help meet immediate and future recruitment needs, helping businesses to grow by recruiting a workforce with the skills they need. All three of these policies, traineeships, apprentices, and sector-based work academies, are part of our plan for jobs to help protect, support, and create as many jobs as possible.
So the basic fundamental of sharing this video was to show you that, okay, even the government is emphasizing or continue emphasizing what the necessary necessity of a traineeship, apprenticeship in the early years of job training, so that people can evaluate these options and look or pick and choose what they think is the best option for you. I'm ending my talk out here, but as I said, this is a different scenario altogether, which is based on the country to country. But I certainly hope, and I'm optimistic about it, that one day we as India can also say that, okay, we will be able to achieve that kind of a goal, and those infrastructure which will help our student, our future, to opt for this kind of a practical information rather than just theoretical. Thank you very much for listening to me. First of all, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. Hello. Yeah, thank you so much.